This is Franklin Webner. We're doing our first Gestalt session here. If you're seeing this video, then probably the other video we made before, which is our initial interview, is also on the net. You might want to take a look at that. Here we're doing basically the same procedure I've done on many other videos. The Gestalt work on awareness. It's a 2-hour process. First hour is what we call unguided awareness. Just basically I'm his secretary. I mean, he's telling me what he's aware of for an hour, but there'll be interruptions. Usually every 10-15 minutes I give feedback, and then he gets another chance to explore the same process again. And then usually I do a break for 5 minutes in the middle at the end of the first hour, and then the second hour I call guided awareness. There I'm picking up every word as he says it and giving a lot more feedback. I've already told him that he's free to censor. He can share whatever he wants. In this case, we don't even know whether these videos will be on the net or not because, well, it's personal stuff, and he's not sure what he's going to do with it, and that's okay at this point. But if you see it, then it must be that he agreed to it. And like I said, he's free to censor and just share whatever he wants. On the other hand, the more he shares, the more we have to work with. So it's his decision. And of course, we know that we can always edit out certain things if we decide at the end also. What else can I say? I think I've just about said everything. So for 1 hour, I'm just asking you the question, what are you aware of now, okay? And you're just going to keep saying, I'm aware of this, I'm aware of that, whatever it is. Right? Okay, so we're ready, we're going to start now. Okay?
Okay, fine.
Well, the time, we should notice the time on that clock there, it says 22 minutes to 22 minutes. What is it? 22.
Yeah,
22,
yeah.
okay. All right, that's it. Oh, by the way, this is, what do we call you, Aaron or Chaim?
Aaron Chaim.
You want to be Aaron Chaim?
Yeah, two-part name.
Two-part name, okay, Aaron Chaim. All right.
So I'm aware of white and light, and
Oh, by the way, my function is to take notes. The reason I'm taking notes is not because I'm not paying attention to him, but because what I write down will be part of what we feed back in the process, and it's important that we have a record. Okay, that's it. Go on.
okay, so white and lights, and the sunshine outside, the trees, the tile floor, yourself being here, writing down what I'm saying, blue sky, dome roof across the way, the stones outside, sunlight filtering in through the windows. I don't know, it's hard for me to just free form. And I don't know what else I'm really aware of at the moment. Maybe just my nervousness, first time being on tape with...
Actually, we have done a little bit of this process.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
So it's not quite...
First time, I clarify, first time in front of a video camera.
Yeah.
So it may take me a short time to just warm up and open up a little bit
And
better.
by the way, you should be talking mostly to the camera.
Right,
Maybe turn our chairs a little bit
Okay.
more of an angle.
Okay, very good.
Okay. Yeah.
So, it's gonna take me a few minutes, probably just...
But also a little bit more than me, so a little bit further towards me.
Okay,
That's better.
okay.
So you.
So it's gonna take me a few minutes. Let's see, the clock, a red clock, 3 hands on the clock, 2 milk cartons, the light stands, the music stands, the sound mixing system, ceiling, high ceilings, some birds I hear in the background, outside. I don't know, it's hard for me to get in the free flow mode, as we know from a little bit of the things we've tried. So, yeah, I think I need to stop for a minute and help a little bit more direction. Let's see.
You want direction.
Direction, something to help me break through this barrier I have. I think I have a barrier against this about just free talking about what I see and observe without any value. It's very hard for me.
Hold it, hold it. So, remember I said the first hour is unguided awareness.
Right, I understand.
So, right now you're telling me you want guidance for your unguided awareness.
Something like that.
And I'm
Yeah.
saying to you that's not part of the exercise.
Okay.
All I'm going to do is give you the same direction again.
Okay.
What are you aware of now?
Okay.
That's the whole gimmick of the thing is to see how you deal with the exercise. Everybody deals with it differently.
Sure. Okay.
Okay?
Okay. The earth-colored, sand-colored tiles make up the floor. Old beach chair, folding beach chair, folding table, trombone on a music stand. I forgot what it's called. Type of drum, hand drum. A bookshelf, a bird that just flew in and out of view, the window here. Covered keyboard. Lots of cartons of various items, a guitar, a music speaker, more stands folded away and put away, a lot of things in storage. I hear sound of a car backing up. The window upper frames have 3 colors in them: blue, off-white, and yellow. The plants are growing in the stone wall across the way. A tree that's growing out of that, the stone wall. Trees in the background. Looks like the top of a banana tree or palm tree. I guess it's a banana tree. The mountains in the distance for Morone. You can also see Morone. The wadi, the wetlands. All the trees out there. And some yeshuvim further out. The electric radiator for heating. Some sofas. A couple cushions, a fan, a lot of books on a bookshelf, mainly English that I can make out from where I'm sitting here. Largely quiet, very little sound in the room here other than my own voice and hearing your pen moving on the paper as you're writing notes. I don't know what else I really see. The stone arch, the half stone arch. The other half, you can see the outline somewhat under the plaster. A number of light switches, electric plug, electric coil, cable, cable. I really don't know beyond that. I guess I could say the clothing we're wearing, my white shirt, my vest, my baguette, that's the garment I put my tzitzis are attached to, black trousers, my socks, my sneakers.
Okay, let's stop here.
Okay.
All right. So we did about 7 minutes. All right.
Okay.
And we notice a couple of, so I'm giving you feedback of the general pattern, the Gestalt pattern, okay? What I see. Now, just because I say it doesn't mean I'm right. You know? So all I'm asking you to do now is to listen rather than discuss it.
Okay.
And at the end of my feedback, just take a couple of minutes, then I'll ask you to do the same exercise again, just to continue, and you could either incorporate my feedback or ignore it. That's up to you, okay?
Okay.
All right. So the first thing I notice, another way of saying is, looking at this exercise, is if this is a show, and you're an actor and I'm another actor, and a scene partner, okay? We're doing a scene. How much reality are you guys in the audience out there getting from this actor? Or if it's his own life, how much reality is he getting from his existence? If we assume this is like any other relatively new situation, he's never done more than a few minutes of this kind of stuff before, so how does he deal with a new situation? These are some of the questions that are floating here. And so what do we notice? This guy is totally outside. He's ignoring his inner body experience, and he's ignoring his imagination. So of the three zones of possible awareness, we have totally out of zone awareness, 100%. 100%.
Right.
Okay? Number one. Number two. And he's doing a rapid survey. In other words, there's nothing in particular that this guy finds interesting at all. Right?
Right.
Nothing worth spending more than 2 seconds on, 3 seconds on. What you are doing is a pretty good example about his own awareness. You're dealing with colors, you're dealing with all kinds of objects, you're using your ears and hearing sounds. So the outer zone is high level. But if this was a scene between the two of us,
Right.
we have an actor that the audience sees that there are two people up there, but this guy thinks he's alone on a stage. He's not
Right.
dealing with a scene partner at all.
Right.
So there's no way that this actor can react to anything a scene partner does, because he's not paying much attention to the
Right.
scene partner, right?
I think that's accurate at the moment.
Okay, ignoring scene partner. And I might add, this is exactly what you did the first time we did this exercise.
I think
You
so.
bored me completely,
I think so.
all right? And there, last time, if you remember, I gave you a little bit of guidance on working on imagery, but here you chose not to deal with anything,
Right.
no
Right.
images.
Right.
Another thing, this guy's vocal pattern is extremely monotonous and boring. It's like a broken record. And then, and then every 5 measures or 6 measures we get right.
I see the pattern.
We had 12 minutes of that, or 7 minutes of that.
Right.
Okay. So monotonous, vocal pattern with quote, punctuating variable, the hands in the jargon of the acting. Punctuating variable. Hands. And what are the hands saying? How do I know? Or something like that.
Right. Right.
Is that what the hands are saying?
Right.
And
What's next?
what's next?
Yeah, what's next?
What's next? As though to say, I'm supposed to give you the answer or something.
I don't know what the answer, but some kind of clue, some kind of...
In other words, you're reaching out for help. Help me, I'm
Yeah,
helpless.
yeah.
The hands are saying, I'm helpless. Okay? Alright.
It's catch-22. It's an unguided exercise, but I want to be guided.
Yeah.
So that's the catch-22.
Okay.
And the other catch-22 is to become more comfortable, and yet I know I'm still not completely comfortable. We'll see though. So I should open up,
Well,
as has happened in the past without the video.
I want guidance, comfort. And my job is to be the frustrator, to not allow you to manipulate me.
Right.
Okay? I am frustrated. So you want to, you don't want to deal with the void yourself. You want me to help you, and I'm
At
not
least
gonna,
right now, okay.
okay? No help with void. Okay, so that's the first 7. That's what we learned with 7 minutes, all right? So now we do exactly the same thing again. What are you aware of now?
A word that I have a partner here who's a half partner. He's here to be extension of the video machine, the video camera.
What was that about the camera?
You're an extension of the video camera.
How am I in
As in the video camera is recording our actions and voices, and you're recording them as well. Okay? And like the video camera doesn't give you any feedback. You're going out of your way not to give me feedback.
Okay.
But what I do see a little bit different from the few words you let out, like the cat out of the hat,
Yes.
is that there are 2 people here, me and you, and that part of awareness is realizing that you're here, you have a role, and that you're more than just a stenographer, like in a courtroom or something else like that, a meeting, and try to be more intuitive, which goes against my grain, I know. It's something I think I really need to work on, and I admit that. I have no
To
problem.
be more intuitive?
Intuitive.
What do you mean by that?
I mean by that is not to have judgment with what in certain many areas, to not try to order, to try to think about things. Actually, I say that back. I took that backwards. To try not to think about things. It's very hard for me. Very hard.
So then you're saying that you're used to judging and ordering things?
Yeah, that's by my nature.
Uh-huh.
And I'm aware of that in creative work and in creative thought processes, it's better not to do that first, but it's hard to get me past that major hurdle for me. And I can do self-reflection, and I can think within myself. It's hard for me. I feel funny about it. And it's not impossible.
What do you mean by self-reflection?
Self-reflection is to think about what do I feel inside, what do I feel, what do I see inside, close my eyes, and that sort of thing. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's not impossible. I can try it right now, and I will try it right now, but I'll say I'm a little bit self-conscious of the camera being in front of me recording it, but there's nothing unusual about a person closing their eyes and sort of meditating. That's the only way I can think of to think about more deeper in myself.
Okay.
Let me try it for a moment. Just close my eyes. Think. My own breathing. My pulse. My skin temperature. Being alive, thankful, a bit melancholy, resistant, closed up. Four limbs, my hands and my feet. My four limbs, my hands and my feet, fingers, thumbs particularly, my legs, my toes moving back and forth in my shoes, within my shoes and socks. Relatively relaxed breathing. A diaphragm. Inner warmth. Comfortable body temperature. Not thirsty, not particularly hungry. Modestly rested. Not calm enough. Not calm enough.
Maybe if you talk a little louder, it would be probably
Sure.
better.
Not calm enough. It's funny, I can see in my mind a bit of a stuck. Saying Hebrew.
What do you see?
Cock.
What? See what?
Stuck. I can see almost in the frontal lobes of my head when I close my eyes. I'm like stuck. Something
How do you see stuck?
like cork stuck in a bottle. Something like that. It's not quite an image quite that clear, but there's something there. I do my hands like I'm going into a wall, but in a metaphysical way, not in a physical way. I don't feel any pain or any discomfort like that. There's something stuck there.
So now your eyes are open.
Yes.
You're in the outer zone.
Yes. And more of your sandals, and go back to the just simple things. Your corduroy trousers, plaid shirt, black shirt you're wearing, pepper beard, eyebrows, and a kippah on your head. Just simple, concrete items, which I believe is where the gap is for me, between the concrete, physical, and the concrete imaginary.
Between the concrete,
Physical and imaginary,
physical,
and imaginary,
and imaginary.
to the,
Between the.
no, not between. The block I feel is with the concrete and physical,
Yeah.
and the other side of that, conversely, being the imagination and the vividness of the mind,
Oh, okay.
which I have. I believe I have a lot of vivid imagery and positive things, but every time I try to get close to that, I get pulled back, like a fish being drawn in from the water on a hook.
Uh-huh.
It's hard for me to get on the other side. I can see a little bit. I can have a taste, a tongue of the other side, but to express it, I'm very cautious.
Okay, good. Let's stop again. Kind of take a moment to digest what we just did. So you started off, I have a partner here. You're an extension of the camera. Two people here. You're more than just a stenographer. Try not to judge so much. Difficult hurdle. Okay, so up to that point you were dealing with me for a moment, but not really. You were just ignoring me. You know, it's like saying, there is a second person, person B is sitting here. His function is not just to be this, but but you really didn't deal with me
Right,
at that point. Although later on you did.
right.
It's very interesting because so you're dealing with me as an object at the first, as an object. Then you came back to me and began to contact me a little bit. Okay? But then you backed away from that into some kind of a theory about how you function. But when you went inside, you contacted some body awareness. So that was it.
Right.
So here we have body awareness. But it was basically a survey again. Again, the same, basically a rehash of the same way you did in the outer zone, you did in the inner zone.
Right.
With the same, like a typewriter or something.
Right.
Again, you didn't find anything interesting.
Right. Well, no, I'm not sure.
Nothing that you stayed with for longer than a couple of seconds.
Right, but I think there was one.
What was it?
That's the point of visualization of what was stuck in front of the.
Ah, that was good. Okay.
I think that was just.
Yeah, you got to a fantasy there. Well, let me see. What was this? Yeah, that was right. That was the beginning, almost to getting into the borderline, of getting to the fantasy zone. But then, like, backing away from it. Okay. Okay. Survey. So survey of the body zone. Okay, I want to just check one thing for a second.
Okay.
All right, so we noticed that there's a truck pulled in the driveway there, unloading stuff for the wedding hall next door. So that's good. We'll try to keep going the best we can. All right, we'll see what happens. Okay, so let's see what time is it now. We did about so far in half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did half an hour. So let's try one more time, okay? This is unguided awareness.
Okay.
We got, so I'll just summarize. Yeah, I summarized it. Okay, so one more time now, the same process, all right? What are you aware of now? That's the question.
Confusion. Desire to be half floating and half grounded.
Confusion. Desire.
To be half floating and half grounded.
Half floating. Oh, came in another ring, good, I got a second one. And half grounded. Yeah.
A lot of blank space, both physically and mentally right now. Almost like the tape in the camera here before it starts recording. It's disordered particles, and then it starts recording the particles ordered. I feel like a lot of that in my mind right now is going on.
Say that again, we can get that.
Like the recording tape in
Yeah.
the video camera.
Yeah.
Okay? Before it hits the record head,
Yeah.
it's all random particles.
Ah.
I feel a little bit of that in my mind right now, that it's try to avoid using Hebrew, but Bell, it's a little bit mixed up, and what's the order inside there, what's going on, and also trying to break through my barrier of being very systematic, and just letting things flow.
Well, let me write this down. Okay.
I noticed a very funny thing about you just now.
What?
You write with your left hand, but your teacher who taught you penmanship was right-handed.
Well, then you just noticed that I write with my left hand.
A little bit more than that. You hold your pen as a right-handed, which is very interesting.
Hold my pen as right-handed?
Uh-huh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because people who often learn penmanship and write with their left hand, they hold it in an inverted, curved way with their hands. That's actually quite interesting. You don't. You hold it quite naturally.
Oh, this way instead of that way.
That's right. A lot of left-handers write it because they copied the right hand the opposite direction. You don't do that. I noticed it just from teaching. Which is also interesting for me, that I tend to be more right-sided than left-sided, both externally and internally.
What does that mean?
It means I tend to be more wanting everything to fit in neat boxes, and knowing that to be creative, the boxes don't have to be any boxes, can just flow, and it's something I've done in the past for many years. I'm becoming more aware of it in recent months, both with work with you, with others, and a little bit broadening what I read, what I find interesting.
Hold, let me catch you up. Okay, so now we're into a whole different trip here. I'll stop again. So now, rather than deal with the particular areas that were not happening, you went off into a different direction. Kind of like analyzing yourself. You're into
touching on it, trying to avoid. I know this says I'm trying to avoid analyzing.
But you're analyzing. You're making a...
Maybe give me an example.
Self-analysis. Desire to be half floating and half grounded. You know, they're getting into abstractions now. A lot of blank space.
Wait a minute. Getting into abstractions is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find an entry point. I don't think I'm trying to really...
And here's another to break, trying to break through the barrier.
Yes.
Okay, now, trying, when you, in Gestalt, trying is considered a lie, because it's trying to push the river. You know, rather than be with what's happening.
Rather than go with the flow.
Yeah, rather than take note of what's happening, you're trying to change the world.
Fair statement.
It's not awareness.
Right.
It's
something
aiming
else.
for some future goal.
Something else.
It's into the future.
Right.
I tend to be this rather than that. But I know this, and I don't know that, you know. It's what they call aboutism. Aboutism. Elephant shit. Elephant shit. Elephant. This is Fritz Perls. I'm not, that's what he calls it.
Right.
Intellectualizing.
Right.
Right?
We used to call it in my previous research world white-collar crime, white-collar poverty.
White-collar?
Poverty.
White-collar poverty, okay.
The government gives us money to keep us from taking apart the world, keep us in our laboratories in white coats, which I don't do anymore.
All right, so I think now is a good time. We had 3 encounters with this unguided. Now it's time to take a short break, or yeah, we can keep going. We said the 20, we started at 22, right?
Yes.
What's it, 22?
Yeah, 22.
So,
20 to 3 o'clock.
so we still have, I'm taking away part of the guided, part of the unguided time, because I think we're beginning to see a pattern, a gestalt, you know?
Right.
We're beginning to see how you operate, all right? And now we see that there are certain things you're avoiding, and rather than tackle them, you kind of backed away now into even more avoiding.
Right.
Although you did start off with a lot of awareness, but now I would say there's less awareness now than you had at the beginning.
Right.
At least there you had out of zone awareness.
Right.
Now there's very little awareness.
Resistance.
Yeah, this is call it resistance. Okay. So we say less and less awareness. Okay. And so now we're going to shift over to guided awareness. Right? This is where I much more on your case. So we start again. What are you aware of now?
Noise outside. Things clanging a little bit.
It's what?
Things clanging, you know, a little bit of
Clanging.
metal banging
Okay.
along each other, not particularly loud.
Yeah.
My fidgeting, with a little bit of my hands and more with my left foot.
And you were doing that most of the time, the fidgeting, but now you're more
I'm
aware.
aware of it. I
Okay.
realize I'm doing it.
Your thumb was working
Didn't even notice.
most of the time. Yeah.
Didn't even notice. Crane moving on the loader, the up and down on the loader probably is what my guess is that is.
Okay, that was, so you're starting again with the outer zone.
Right.
But we know that you're very good at that, so let's look for something more interesting. Remember the first session we did a little bit. We know that the fantasy zone, once you get into it, can be very rewarding and productive. So let's, if you don't mind, can we go inside? Okay. Or you
Try.
really object?
No, I don't object.
Okay.
Let's try.
So close your eyes.
Can I start describing?
Well, first of all, what are you aware of inside? Yeah.
Aware of light.
Hmm?
Aware of light from the inside.
Light inside. What are you talking about? What kind of light?
Like radiating warmth.
Radiating
Warmth.
warmth. How would you describe
I
that more
would
specifically?
describe it as a sunrise.
Oh, you see an image of the sun?
No, let me finish. A sunrise, what I would call a fuzzy definition. In other words, it's not so sharp, it's not so defined,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very vivid. Very, very vivid.
Well, how could it be vivid and fuzzy at the same time?
It doesn't have sharp edges.
Is it an
It
image of
doesn't-
something that you
It has
see?
an image, but it doesn't have sharp boundaries.
Mm-hmm. Where do you see it? Where? Point to it. Higher, lower, middle?
It's very deep in my gut, coming up through my body, up to my forehead.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it pleasant or unpleasant?
Pleasant. Very pleasant. Very comforting.
Wow. What kind of what's pleasant about it?
It's a combination of a feeling and a temperature. It's calming and warming.
Calming and warming. So it's something physical? You feel a warmth?
It's more imaginary, but it gives me warmth. It's not the same as laying out in the sun.
Just keep talking about it. What's going on now? Is it staying the same? Is it changing?
It's lessening as we try to describe it. But it's not ephemeral.
It's
not ephemeral.
not ephemeral, which means what?
It means it's not just coming and disappearing.
It's still there.
It's still there. I think it's a constant.
A constant.
Mm-hmm.
You always feel this, or just right now?
No, I think whenever I get calm, close my eyes, I'm not falling asleep, I'm conscious. It's there.
Okay, remember we've talked a lot about music. Could you stay inside? Stay with that, okay?
Okay.
Now imagine it's a movie. Remember I told you this exercise? Can you imagine what kind of music would go with that?
What kind of music would go with that?
Does it suggest?
Hey, I got it.
What?
I got it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it in a long time.
Yeah.
Reminds me the soundtrack from 2001 Space Odyssey. It's building. I don't remember if that's in the beginning or at the end or throughout the movie.
I don't have exactly that, but what would I have that might be similar? Let's see. It's slow, loud, soft. What?
It's building, like a crescendo. Like a crescendo.
Crescendo.
Yeah.
How about bolero? Would that fit? Something that feels like that?
Maybe. I don't exactly remember what that sounds
You know what there is? Bolero is?
I remember the name.
Yeah. This goes on and on and on.
Yeah, no, it's not melodic. It's funny. I just remember. It's the opening scene.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've heard that music.
Where they encounter something very strange and it's
I'm trying to think. What do I have? It's like that. Of course, I can't have everything here.
Right. Something we should look for. We should not now. I don't want to waste time on it, but I think.
Well, how about this? How about? Can you imagine the sound?
Yeah, I have an idea in my mind.
Very
I
good.
can't think
That's good enough.
Okay.
Would you mind trying to work with that sound let your body go with that?
Oh, I could try.
Okay. So you can hum that. Can you hum it slowly to yourself, or just imagine?
I'm going to try to do both,
Right.
and I'm going to admit the very beginning. I'm not sure I have the right sound, but I have an image in my mind.
Whatever it is, follow the relevant road. Whatever it is, just follow your instinct and just see where it leads you.
Okay. Wait a minute. Just get myself trying to relax a little bit in front of the camera. Dun, dun, dun. Da, da, da. I have to laugh and I have to admit this fully on camera.
It's fine.
That,
Okay. You don't have to sing anything. You could just imagine the sound. Try this time imagining the sound,
Okay.
and just do the movements instead. All right? And just do it over and over again, or let it develop, let it change into something else. Good. Now can you open your throat and let your breathing come out like this? You hear the sound, but what comes out is the breath, you know?
I could try.
Can you try that?
Try. Sure.
Good. Keep going, keep going. Is there any way that the lower half of the body could be involved also, or is it strictly on the top?
Try.
Try it again. You can change it or the same thing, doesn't matter.
Moment.
Okay, good. Now I want you to try something else. Stand right there and put all the focus on your face. Is there any way that you can let the music play the face muscles? So far you've been blanking the face muscles. Let the face muscles dance also.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. We try right now.
Sure, yeah.
With sound or
So always the breath coming out.
Okay.
Okay, now the breath, now the face plus the whole body. Okay.
Well, well, that's a lot for me. I'll try.
Mm-hmm. Now, can you think of any words that would come? What is there? If you were any word that might come out, any couple, one or two words that might come out that would fit along with that. Just to do it again and let the words, let it become some word or even just one syllable, anything. Look for some way of a message. What could be the message that's coming out with this? What was the message? Oh my?
Oh my!
Okay. Now can you imagine that you would be, is this something you might say to people or would this be something you'd say to yourself? Who's the audience?
The audience is what I see.
Who are you
Trying to project to an audience out there?
Would this be people or to the forest or who would you be saying this to?
No, people.
The people. Can you imagine people out here?
Yeah.
What kind of people would they be?
People actually, in this case, they're people sitting in theater seats in a cinema.
In the cinema. So it's a kind of a secular cinema scene.
It's 100% secular.
Okay. So I have to do it again.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
to that audience, okay?
Okay.
Project the audience on the wall.
I understand. No, I understand. I'm just trying to think. But just a few words, not a dialogue. Not a dialogue, just a few words.
Mostly the
Emotion with the breathing and the sound.
Don't let the words interfere with the emotion.
Okay.
But, one or two words just to get the message out.
What? What?
The message is what? Yeah.
I don't want to say the whole thing. I want to see if it works.
No, but I mean, let's say I'm some guy, like any other person in the audience, and I say to you, what? What about what? Tell me.
Exactly. I want the audience to think, what is it?
What is it?
What do I see when I project to my eyes?
I'll talk to that imaginary audience. What can you say to the audience? What are you trying to say to them?
I want to know if you understand. There's something fearful out there. but I don't know what it is.
Something fearful.
Yeah.
What's fearful?
It's making a sound. It's something I've never seen before.
Oh, you think that they might be afraid of you?
No. I want them to be, have some fear for my expression, my voice, my intonation, my eyes.
You want to convey fear.
That I'm seeing something, I don't know what it is. And they should feel that fear of, not only I don't know what it is, but I'm afraid.
Are you afraid?
I'm afraid. What is it?
What is it?
What's making this noise? What is it beyond my eye?
Oh, you don't know.
I don't know what it is. It's strange.
You really are afraid? Are you feeling fear?
Yeah, and I remember from the movie, I've written this image in my mind.
We have an image of a movie.
Yeah.
What movie?
From that 2001 Space Odyssey, there's this strange, I don't remember what it is, I forgot what it's called. Obelisk. It's this weird thing, we don't know where it is.
Yeah.
It thing's from the moon, but we don't know where it is.
Okay, but are you in some way related to this personally, or are you just playing the character in the movie?
No, there's no character in the movie there. The movie, I think it's the opening scene, and now I'll have to look at it another time. It's been years and years.
Okay.
But it's an image, and a sound, and a little bit of a projection of a person or persons, but it's very unclear.
Okay, I'm going to turn this off now.
Okay.
Let's just summarize what you just said. You saw this 2001 object, like a spaceship or something arriving.
An obelisk.
And then a deafening sound, and it focused onto an obelisk, and possible creatures emerging maybe, and your sound focused into the word what, and something fearful.
What is it?
Projecting to the audience fear in your eyes and your face and your sound, okay?
That's right.
Is that basically
That's basically, yes.
Very good. So I want to suggest, as a little exercise here, a little improv, that again we have a problem. Let's just keep it in a small space for a second.
Okay.
Talk to your fear. In that chair sits your fear, all right?
Okay.
And
I understand.
there's something fearful. Talk to the fear. Fear, you're something I can't. That fear, you know.
Okay. Fear. What is this sound? I can't understand.
Now, we don't make questions of Gestalt. They interfere with the process. So you
Oh.
say, fear, there's something about you that's scary or something like that. And then, you know what I mean? Talk to the fear.
Okay, let me try. Okay. Something very scary about you. And I'm not sure what it is. I can't define it. And this is sound. It also is...
I can't define you.
Yeah, okay, I can't define...
The word it becomes you.
You. Okay.
All right?
Okay. Can't define you. I don't know what the sound is that you're making, but it's putting a chill in me.
So can you say, I want to define you? Is that the idea?
I want to know what you are.
I want to know what you are.
What are you? Are you
not a question. I need to know what you are.
I need to know what you are. I need to know if I should really be fearful of you, or is it something inside me? Who sent you? What's your purpose? Why?
Okay, switch. Play the fear. And then go in that chair.
Oh, okay. Oh, very fun.
And now I am this. In fact, better than that. The trouble is we have the camera set up this way. Let's see if I can make.
Okay.
I'm not used to working this way with the camera like this.
It's okay.
But we'll do the best we can. I can't. No, I can't go any further back with this. Try standing up.
Okay.
Okay. No, hold it. Okay. Now you're in the picture, and the other chair's in the picture.
Okay. So I'm in fear now.
Now you're going to be that fear, okay?
What business is yours to know?
Look at him, talk to him.
What business is for you to know? I got it. Okay.
And start off with, whoa, that big sound of yours.
Oh, okay.
I am the fear.
I'm the fear.
Again.
Well, I am the fear.
I am your fear.
I am your fear. What's your problem?
No questions.
Okay.
I am a problem for you.
Oh, I'm a problem for you.
Again.
I am your fear and I am a problem for you.
I'm going to do this to you. Tell him what you're going to do to him.
I'm going to make you fearful. You're going to be scared.
I'm going to frighten you.
I'm going to frighten you with my sounds. I'm going to frighten you with my imagery.
Good. Switch down. Switch.
To this side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, react to that to that image that you just played over there. Look
Okay.
at him, play the movie back in your mind.
Okay.
And what could you say, what's your reaction to what he just said, or is it a he or a she?
It's an it.
It's an it, okay. What's your reaction to it?
Why are you bothering me?
That's a question.
Oh, I see. Wait a minute. I gotta turn it to you, right?
Look at him.
Okay.
Now really let that image affect you, okay?
Okay. Let me think. It's hard for me to switch roles. I just gotta think for a minute. Okay.
That's learning how to do it with exercising.
I'm scared of you.
Again.
I'm scared of you.
Does that
And you're telling me you're just gonna scare me?
Say it again, I'm scared. Can you put fear in your voice?
Yeah.
Say it again.
I'm scared of you.
Go on, again.
And I'm really scared.
Yeah.
And you tell me you're here to scare me. Well, you've done it.
Don't say why. Don't do it.
No, I said you've done it.
You want
And I want you to stop.
That's it, stop.
It's enough already of this nonsense. Put an end to my fear.
I notice you're smiling. Why are you smiling? Is it funny or not?
It's funny to me to go through the exercise.
The exercise is funny.
The exercise I find very comical.
Can you say that to him? You're funny.
You try to scare me, I think you're a bit funny. This whole thing is farcical. How can I be two people at one time and one person? But I'm trying. That's what I can say right now.
Let's switch over. Be him again now.
Okay.
You just heard what he said, okay? Look at him.
Right, I understand.
Now stand up. Stand up.
Oh. Fear is without laughter. Why do you laugh at me?
No,
Don't
laugh at me.
Don't laugh at me. This got distracted by signing out the window.
You know what? How would you like me to cover up that window? I have this.
After what happened, yes, because something's going in the air
Let me-
that's
let me-
very distracting.
No.
Very strange.
I was thinking about that, but I was saying to myself, if you're
It never happened before
if
until
you're not uptight about it, you know what?
No, it was the first time some balloons. I was launching balloons. Which is
Now
very
try,
interesting.
keep going, okay?
Okay. You laugh at me. You mock me.
Don't mock me.
Stop mocking me. When I tell you to be fearful, you be scared. Don't laugh at me.
Say that to Franklin. I'm out here. Say it to me now. Don't mock me.
Don't mock me at all. When I say be afraid, be fearful, be afraid.
In other words, take me seriously, right?
Don't mess with me.
Take me seriously. Say that.
Be serious. Take me seriously.
Take me again. Take me seriously.
Take me seriously.
Do it as that powerful person.
You should be afraid of me. I'm very scary. I have a loud voice that puts chills down your spine.
Very good. Now say that to the whole world, right out here.
Okay.
Right? Imagine the whole world listening.
You should be afraid. You have no idea of my powers. What can happen out there? Ah!
Very good. Very good. Okay. Terrific. All right. Let me see. Sit down, yeah. Okay, we'll continue now. I couldn't write all that down, but
It's
later
fine. That's
I'll have to go back and
get it from the tape, I think.
Take notes when I play it back. Okay, so so we worked a little bit on inner zone, okay? All right. So now I'll just write down tape, scene.
Right.
So now we're back to the outer zone, all right? So now you're in the outer zone,
Right.
right? And what do you wear in the outer zone?
My pulse is very high.
That's your body.
Yeah, but it's still part of the outer zone.
Okay.
Uh,
Pulse is high, yes.
My mind is racing. Very pleasant experience.
What's pleasant about it?
Is letting loose. And also trying something from two sides of the coin. But it's me, one person. And I think you gave me a minimal amount of direction, but it was enough for me to get out of my character, out of myself a bit, and to be more freely expressive.
Mhm.
I feels good. Feels good. And I even laughed. You asked me why I laughed.
Uh-huh.
I find it farcical in a pleasant way.
Okay.
I even envision trying to do something like this again, but having a video display behind the camera so we can see what's in the field of view instead of having to stop, make it a little more fluid.